So, and we are live for the first time.
Yes.
Welcome to our today's live. And let me introduce you to Vishal with New Concepts. And I would love that you hear about what New Concepts is doing and what the vision is. So the best way to explain is obviously with the founder himself. So Vishal, please explain us a little bit who you are, introduce yourself, and what New Concepts is.
Yes. Hi. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Vishal, and I'm a director for New Concepts Limited. We are architecture and design services based in Warrington, and majority of our work is the residential. People looking to extend their house, doing a loft conversion, renovation, and we do quite a lot of work in doing the commercial side, which is HMOs or a commercial conversion, where people are purchasing a property and converting into residential, and so and so. So yeah, this is in a nutshell what we do.
And what is your vision with New Concepts? Why did you choose to do that, what you do?
Why did we choose? I think at the beginning of the practice, I had a client in London where he was doing quite a lot of renovation work. And over there, I was converting a hotel, if I remember rightly, we had a project where it has 74 bedrooms in that hotel. And we converted that from there to 214 bed hotel without extending it. It was just the internal reconfiguration of the whole hotel, and we just make them quite a lot of money to the client. From that, I think we got the inspiration of how we use existing space. Okay. And I think when we're doing a smaller project, when we're doing a residential project, okay, because the floor print is very, very small. So it's we're very keen to use all the space as we can. And when we're extending it and making sure people are customizing and how they actually want to live in that space. Okay, so this is the passion started from there, and now we're taking into the residential sector quite a lot.
It's basically you are leading the house owner or the person who will live in there through their life in future and how they will live in the house, and yes. you have the vision, like what the rooms are and how they make the most out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Because when people come to us and they go like, okay, we want to extend the house. Okay, an extension is going to be at the back. It's going to be there, and that's how you're going to use. When I come on board, I ask lots of questions. Okay, questions like, what's your jobs are, how old your kids are you going to have any more kids? Because that changes how an extension will be used in the future. And when I ask all of these questions, I go like, you know what, your extension which you're looking to at the back of the house, maybe you need a wraparound extension, because what you have just asked me, that you work from home 4 days a week, it means you need another space. At the moment, you're working from a dining table, but you need an additional space. So while you're spending the money and doing this work, why don't you look to actually have a room for yourself where you can work from home? And then they go like, oh, yes, that makes sense. Can we do that? I said, yes, of course we can do that. So that's the beauty of having a third eye to come and have a look and see what we can do for you.
Yeah, and knowing this from my personal experience from real estate, like professionals have a different look when they see a floor plan or when they see a house. So, and it really helps if you have somebody on your side with this professional view, because you have way more ideas. You saw a lot of different floor plans and ideas how you can put it together, extend the vision. So it's if you're doing this for the first time and it's your first house, or you don't plan to do it anymore, then obviously you have your desires and your wishes, but you don't know what you don't know in this case. And this is why it's really important to have you on your side.
Absolutely. I think when I go and see clients when they're looking to extend their house, again doing a loft conversion or something, and they already have a ground floor, and I go like, why did somebody design it like this? And they go like, oh, we just ask a builder to come and knock a wall down and extend it. I'm like, but have you know what you've just created is like this, from where you extended, that space is all dark. He said, yeah, but the builder said it's going to be cheaper doing it this way. And I'm like, but you can't use that space, can you now? And said, yeah, I know. I wish we would have done it differently. So that's the beauty of having a professional advice from somebody who can explore all the options for you and guide you what's the best for you.
It's a really good point that you're saying there, because to go in and have a look with a fresh eyes and maybe think outside the box as well. A lot of people you are hiring, and this is as well in a private person when it comes to property, or as well in business, the same thing. Like if you ask for a service, most of the time you exactly get the service. There are really few people out there who come on your side and have basically the thinking outside of the box and working with you together on your dream, on your desires. And this is great that you are doing this and basically have the vision for your clients, how they will live and what they can the best and the most out of their money and out of their house and their property.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Saying this, well, a lot, like I think the easiest way always to have a look at this and where a lot of people can relate to that as well, even if you're in the process at the moment and you're thinking of extending your home. What are the main mistakes you see people are doing before they go into the process or while they're in the process? What do you wish they knew before they start and where you can in and jump earlier?
Yeah, I think people, the common mistake what people do, I don't think I will classify that as a mistake, but I think because they want to know how much it's going to cost. So first thing what they do, the mistake is, first thing what they do is come and ask a builder and say how much it's going to cost. Okay. But in all fairness, it doesn't work like this. Okay. The builder will come and say, oh, it will cost you 80,000. And they go like, oh my God, this is too much. We're not going to do it. But if you ask somebody professional to come and have a look at that for you, he should be asking all the questions, which I've explained before. And they will be able to understand what your exact needs are and design something accordingly from there. Because the builders are there to do the job, follow the construction drawings and build it what's been drawn. Okay, they don't have the vision of how you're using the space, how the architecture things will work within the property. And so I believe this is one of the major mistakes people do, just go into the builder first and say how much it's going to cost. Because from there, it can lead to you not going to be doing your project, or you think, oh, wow, he just said 40,000 pounds. Let me just go ahead and do it. And when you start the work on site without any drawings, and they go like, oh, hang on. Now suddenly it's burned out 40,000 pounds and we don't have a roof over the extension because the builder just didn't thought of those things properly in the first place.
That's a good point. So what would be the ideal steps of somebody if they think, okay, I feel a little bit too cozy in my house. I would love to have an extension and they have it in their mind. What would be for you the best step-by-step plan they should take in order to avoid the mistakes, paying too much or having something at the end they don't really want and need for the future?
First thing is first there is a problem, and then you need to find who's going to solve the problem. Okay, builders are not the right person to solve that problem, so you seek a professional advice. You contact us. Okay, so we'll do a feasibility. We'll possibly come down to your house. We'll do a Teams call, a Zoom call or something to understand what your needs are. Yeah, and then from there we'll give you an approximate rough sketch that how your property will look like. We'll give you the square meterage, and we can possibly guide you on a figure that how much this extension will possibly cost. Yeah, so this is the first step. Then we go, and if you instruct us, then we come and do the surveys and we take the project from there. So a typical client comes in and say, okay, this is the problem, this is what you want to do. So we do this call. Once the client says, yep, happy with it, let's proceed further. We'll go to their house, we'll take the measurements of the property. Once the measurements completed, we draw that on the CAD. Then once that's done, we speak to the client on a design proposal phase. One thing which is unique what we do in our practice is we allow for unlimited changes to the design. Why we do that, okay, is I feel once we design something, we send it to the client should be able to mull over it and understand how this space is working. If they come back and say, oh, can we change this? Can you move this door over there? Can we move the kitchen on that side? Absolutely fine, because they need to be comfortable on that space once it's done. Yeah. So we'll design that. We'll, once that phase is completed, we prepare the planning application pack. We'll submit that to the council. Once the council's got and if the council requests any changes to the drawings, we all do that. It's all in the part of the fees we initially quoted. Once the planning application is approved, we'll get a structural engineer on board, because every extension project does need a knocking of a wall down, a new foundation or something. We coordinate with them. We do then we complete the building control package, which is the construction drawings. Once the construction drawings done, we'll send them to the building control. They approve it. Once they approve it, Then we have a full tender package ready for any builder to take that package and give a quote. Now you're in a position to give it to a number of builders, and they should be able to quote apple to apple rather than just saying, oh, can I have an extension which is 5x3? How much is going to cost? Because those specific drawings will have all the information which a builder is needing to quote the job. Then you know if somebody's quoting 80,000 and somebody's quoting 75,000, what is the difference?
So can you help with this as well? Like if somebody is saying, okay, I have a builder and I have this quotes now. What do you think? Is this too expensive or not? Or like, can you help with this as well to estimate the quotes of the builders?
If we have been involved on the project, definitely. If the client just asks to, and if they don't have any drawings and they just got a quotation from a builder, possibly we can, but most likely what we recommend to the client to get the proper drawings done. Because having a quote from a builder, which once a builder actually quotes for an extension without the drawings, it's usually a one-page quote, which doesn't have any specification, doesn't have any breakdown. It just have walls, foundation, this, that, and the total figure. So you can't actually understand what exactly the builder is actually doing on the project, because you might extend and you go like, I'm going to have 3 roof lights on it. Each roof light cost about 500 quid, and for them to install it on site, it might cost about 1,500. If you have 3 of them, it's nearly 4.5, 5K on the top of the project. Builder might not have understood in the beginning if the client is asking him to do that. When they are on site, the client says, oh, can we have a roof light? He says, yeah, you can, but it's going to cost you 5 grand more. Oh, no, we don't have that money, but we want that. What do you do? So always have the drawings done.
Okay, that's a good point, because what I experience as well, a lot of people, they're talking like, okay, I just need an architect to get me the plans done, the floor plan done, or to give me a permission. But actually, I have a builder I'm working with, and I just need this from this architect, this specific skill set and this specific paper, basically, as like as you go to an official office and get the stamp on a paper, whatever, and you know that you have it and you're allowed to build. What is the danger when people think, okay, I have this person and I just need the architect to give me the floor plan and to give me the permission, basically, or prepare everything for the permission. Where do you see the danger in this thinking?
The danger is if you do not know that contractor. Yeah. If you know the contractor quite well, okay, he's a family friend or something, he started doing the work, it's fine. But what happens most of the time when we get involved in a project like that, people come to us saying, oh, we started the work, builder said it's going to cost you. A typical example is 2 years ago, I had a client, she called us and she said, oh, we started the extension, okay, I've paid £12,000, £15,000 to the builder, and now he's not answering my phone, and can you come and have a look what he's done? Because one of my neighbors said we might require planning permission. I went and had a look. Oh my God, that was the worst job I have ever seen. Okay, he just thrown the concrete on the floor. Wall was not straight. He took the back of the house out, propped up with a piece of prop in there. And I was like, that's really dangerous. And when I measured it up, I'm like, you need planning permission for this. He said the builder said you don't need it. So what happened in that case is client had a budget of 20,000. A builder came on board and said, oh, I can do that work for 20,000. Okay, she thought, yep, that's fine. When we actually did the proper drawing, that project costed 65,000 pounds to do the job. It was 2-story extension back of the property. I'm like, there's no way you can do it for 20K. So problem, answering your question is, what the danger is when you don't know the builder. Because there's lots of them out there who are just interested in just for easy money. And they target these sort of clients who have a very low budget, okay, don't want to spend on the drawings, okay, so there's no specification, nothing, the builder, whatever he builds, okay, and most of the time what happens is they spend about 30 or 40% of time on the job. They take most of the money where they can. After that, they block you and think that's it.
The budget is a really interesting topic, but it will take too long for today. But anyway, the key things, what I'm taking out of it today is basically a lot of people are saving on the wrong end. They are trying to save the consultancy to get the things right in the first place. What could save them money if they would do it right? Because at the end, when it comes to construction and you basically are in the middle of something, you can end up really badly because things not get done, or you need a permission, and then you have the cost at the end, which you did not calculate in the beginning. So basically, know what you're doing before. Could save you cost as well at the end. And it's like not a, how do you say, it's basically needed to have a consultancy in the beginning in order to make sure what the project will cost you.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, if you are just taking a single wall out internally because you want to make the kitchen and dining room one, possibly you don't need us. Yeah. But if you're extending it, doing anything, a loft conversion, anything like that, you need a professional advice on it. No doubt.
Perfect. I would say this is, sorry.
I was just saying the best analogy I could possibly give on that is when you're looking to go on a holiday, you just don't go to the airport and say, I'm going to go on a holiday. Just give me a ticket for somewhere because you want to go. You actually invest time in searching where you want to go, which hotel you're going to be staying in. You do quite a lot of research like that. Okay. So this is exactly like that. You need to understand how you're going to be living and breathing in that space before you do it. And only people can advise you, professional people who can take you from the journey for you to understand and then give you a ticket for a holiday where you can go and enjoy it.
It's really funny that you have this analogy because in Germany, we had the same when I worked with a financial advisor. Like there was a report coming out at this time, how much time people spend on planning their holidays in comparison and how much time they invest in themselves for their financials. And they spend weeks for the yearly holiday, and a fraction of the time, it was hours in a year that they spent to take care of their own financials. So it's funny that you say this now as well. When it comes to building, that's true. Yeah. So they should focus more on basically the things at home before they're planning the holiday. But it's a great analogy. Thank you so much for that.
Brilliant.
Perfect. So I would say next time we can jump into a little bit more about the budget and how much it costs, because I think this is a question that everybody is interested in anyway, like how much I have to calculate and to give some comparisons as well. If I would go this direction with the builder directly, and how much basically would have it cost if I would take an advisory before instead of going directly with the builder. So how much money would I have saved, or what I would have been better end up with at the end. So in this case, I would say thank you very much for your time.
I always say having a professional advisor and having somebody on board in the beginning of the project, it's actually an investment on your project. It's not an overhead. Okay, you need to know what you're doing.
It's a really good last words. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I wish you a great rest of the week, and talk to you next week.
Brilliant. Thank you. See ya.